Uh, Good evening, everybody. Today, I am again before you for taking Perandagai English lessons. In this lesson, in today's lesson, we are to see a poem from 11th standard of Tamil Nadu English syllabus. Previously, we have seen a poem from 9th standard titled as Stopping by Woods by a Snowy Evening by Robert Frost. But this poem, Macavity, is written by T.S. Eliot, Thomas Stearns Eliot. So this is a very wonderful poem. Before going into the poem, as usual, I wish to pray the Almighty, Om Gam Ganesaya Namaha. So I'll make a model reading of the poem Macavity. Macavity is a mystery cat. Macavity is a mystery cat. He is called the hidden paw, for he is a master criminal who can defy the law. He is the bafflement of Scotland Yard, the flying squad's despair. For when they reach the scene, the crime of Macavity is not there. Macavity, there's no one like Macavity. He's broken every human law. He breaks the law of gravity. His powers of levitation would make a fakir stare, but when you reach the scene of crime, Macavity is not there. You may see him in the basement, you may look up in the air, but I tell you once and once again, Macavity is not there. Thomas Stearns Eliot was born in Missouri of America, and he moved to England, where he settled and wrote his voluminous poetry, drama, and such kinds of literature, which was praised by all. I think this poem was published in the mid, I think by 1914, 1914 or so. I don't remember the actual year of publication of this poem, but it was included in the old poems book of Practical Cats. It was a title he has given. Though these poems speak about the cats, they are personified to arrive at a social point. These are, in other words, said as social satires. How the crime-ridden society is seen by the poet is written in these lines. Macavity is a mystery cat. Mystery, you know the meaning. We cannot understand its attitude. Mystery means anything that cannot be understood is called a mystery cat. Macavity is a mysterious cat. It has its own murky things that we cannot be understood by others. He is called the hidden paw. It means that he commits crime. Macavity commits crime even without any trace of its having committed the crime. Hidden paw, even without putting its footprints, is able to reach the place and commit the crime. That is called hidden paw. He does the crime without any evidence, for others to prove. Macavity is a mystery cat. He is called the hidden paw, for he is a master criminal. He is the chief of all criminals. He is capable of doing very heinous crimes, and it cannot be captured. For he is a master criminal who can defy the law. An ordinary citizen will always worry about the law and live by the law and always respect the law. But Macavity does not care about the law. Whatever it may be, the law of the land, it doesn't care about it. For he is a master criminal who can defy the law. It will violate the law. It seems that it was born for defying the law. For he is a master criminal who can defy the law. He is the bafflement of Scotland Yard. Scotland Yard means they are the most powerful police force in the world. Whatever it may be the crime, Scotland Yard will unearth the crime and capture the criminals by planning in a proper way. So they are the most competent police force of the world to capture the culprits. So for them also Macavity is a bafflement. For them also Macavity is a bafflement. It's a confusion to them. Even the Scotland Yard is confused by Macavity. For when the flying squad's despair, Scotland Yard is a flying squad's despair. It's a flying police force to contain crimes of the land. So that itself is confused. That Scotland Yard police themselves are confused by Macavity, who is a master criminal. For when they reach the scene, when they reach the place of crime, when they reach the place where Macavity had acted and left, but when they reach the scene of crime, where the crime has taken place, if the Scotland Yard reaches the place of crime, Macavity is not there. It will become invisible. They cannot find out. We cannot find its paw. He cannot find any evidence. So, because it is a master criminal, Macavity is a master criminal. For when they reach the scene of crime, Macavity is not there. Macavity. Here, he repeats the word twice for reinforcement. Macavity, there's no one like Macavity. He has repeated the word thrice in this poem. Nobody can be equated to Macavity. He is such diabolical in its attitude. No diabolicalism can be equated or compared to Macavity's diabolicalism. Macavity, there is no one like Macavity. It is unique in committing crimes. He has broken every human law. You see, the poet's mind, the poet's heart is very much worried about certain individual's attitude. He uses the cat to tell about the activities of certain human beings. The cat he is broken means he has broken. He has broken every human law. The law for human beings is broken by this cat, which is personified here. He is here. Macavity means Macavity is a mystery cat. He is broken means he has broken. He has broken every human law. The law meant for human beings is not respected. Is broken. Is broken by every. He has broken every human law. You may know that who can defy the law. As the cat is capable of defying the law, he breaks every law. He is capable of breaking. Only the diabolical things or persons like Macavity can break the law. He has broken every human law. He breaks the law of gravity. We know the pull of gravity. We all know the pull of gravity that cannot be stopped. It's natural. It's very forceful. It is very impossible for anybody to stop the gravitational pull. But even that is broken by Macavity. He breaks the law of gravity. He breaks the law of gravity. Human law, not only human law, the law of gravity. Macavity breaks the law of gravity. His power of levitation, this line, he is very, very selective in the words levitation. Levitation means staying in the air itself, not coming to either to the earth or to the sky. If you look up the sky, there won't be Macavity. If you look down to the earth, you can't see Macavity. It is able to maintain a poise by staying in the middle itself. His powers of levitation would make a fakir stare. It's a magic. Macavity has a magical quality to stay in the mid-air. Even a fakir, even a magician is to look at Macavity with exclamation. So this cat itself is able to do such a strange thing, but we are not able to do. They will look at the cat, they will see it as a strange thing. His powers of levitation would make a fakir stare to look at Macavity with exclamation. But when you reach the scene of crime, again this is repeated. For when they reach the scene of crime, for is used here because it means because here. For when they reach the scene of crime, Macavity is not there. But when they, so it is in the middle of the air. If you look at the sky, Macavity is not there. If you look at the earth, Macavity is not there. That is mentioned by this line. But when you reach the scene of crime, Macavity is not there. If you reach the place, the crime is there, but the criminal is not there. But when you reach the scene of crime, Macavity is not there. You may seek him in the basement, you may look up in the air, which was said by me already. You may seek him in the basement, you may seek him on the floor. Where has gone Macavity? Has he set his paw? Has he set his paw on the surface of the earth? But you cannot find it. So you may seek him in the basement, you may look up in the air. In both places, he will not be present. You cannot see him because he is in the mid-air as if a magician. You may seek him in the basement, you may look up in the air, but I tell you once and once again, I repeat for your understanding that Macavity is not there. Macavity is not there. He is the master criminal. He does all kinds of crimes in the society against the human laws, against the human beings, but escape from the scene because he is capable of breaking the law. He is capable of breaking the law. So the poet was pained by the attitudes of some criminals in his society, and he has brought that thing by means of these these lines of his poem. The first two stanzas are given here. The remaining in the remaining four stanzas, the poet has given abundant thought about Macavity. So today we have seen that Macavity is a mystery cat. Its character cannot be understood. He is called the hidden paw. He commits crime without any traces, for he is a master criminal who can defy the law. He is capable of defying the law. His bafflement, even the Scotland Yard police is confused. Being the flying squad, it has omnipotent power of capturing the culprits, but that too is baffled by Macavity. When they reach the scene, the crime of Macavity is not there. If the cat is not there, if the criminal is not there, the sleuths will be confused. So Macavity, there is no one like Macavity. No, nothing can be compared to Macavity's ability in committing crimes. He's broken every human law. Every human law is broken. By this word human, we can understand that the poet speaks about a human being who is doing a lot of heinous crime against the society. He has broken every human law. He breaks the law of gravity. Even the gravitational pull is stopped by this cat. His powers of levitation would make a fakir stare. It is capable of staying in the mid-air. It will make even a magician to look at it as a strange being. But when you reach the scene of crime, Macavity is not there. Again, this is a refrain. This is what we call the refrain of the poem. The line is repeated for reinforcement. But when you reach the scene of crime, Macavity is not there. You may seek him in the basement, on the floor, in the air. You cannot find him. But I tell you once and once again, Macavity is not there. The crime is there, but the criminal is not there. So this is the first two stanzas of the poem Macavity. The remaining four stanzas can be seen by us in our next class. In this poem, you see the rhyming pattern: paw, law, then despair, not there, despair, there. So AABB. The rhyming pattern is AABB. So it is not static in all the stanzas. I think in these two stanzas this pattern is adopted. In the remaining stanzas there may be some variations, rhyming variation. As far as rhythm is concerned, it is called a octometer. There are 8 feet in each line. 8 feet in each line. So, iambic octometer. The lines are modeled like this, iambic octometer. Here we see it should not be understood as Macavity's mystery. This A differentiates this. Macavity is a mystery. The contraction is for the purpose of deciding the foot of the line. Here this contraction refers to he has. This is Macavity is, this is Macavity has. He is the bafflement. So in this way we have to understand the poem. With this we shall stop today. While we deal with the remaining 4 stanzas of the poem, I'll tell you more about the poet's mind and what he has enriched by the use of his thought and vocabulary. Thank you.